Number 10. Berlin. Awesome, advanced, sophisticated and stuffed to the very tip of its famous TV tower with culture, background and also character, Berlin is just one of Europe's undeniable bucket list fundings. At its very heart, the renowned Museum Island exudes with whatever from classic antiquities plucked from Babylon to Troy, while the darker stories of the 20th century can be revealed at spots like Checkpoint Charlie, the collapsing remnants of the Berlin Wall and the striking Jewish memorial by Peter Eisenman. Then there's the boho center of Friedrichshain-Kreuzberg, flooded with coffee shops and amazing jazz joints, impromptu craft workshops and also artistic galleries, every one of which is nicely balanced with the straight-laced Reichstag, the Brandenburg Gate as well as summertime picnics in the Tiergarten. Number 9. Neuschwanstein Castle. The terrific romantic tradition of Bavarian King Ludwig II still stands tall on the sheer ridges of the German Alps, a testimony to the fanciful, heavenly nature of the glacier-topped, craggy landscape in which it sits. Hailed by many as the single most spectacular castle structure on the planet, Neuschwanstein can be found perched over the tiny as well as lovely town of Hohenschwangau. Its plenty of turrets and also keeps, flying buttresses and squeaking drawbridges make it simple to see why the complicated inspired both Walt Disney and J.K. Rowling, while inside it's feasible to uncover a peek of the luxury as well as luxury enjoyed by arguably Bavaria's most famous king. Number 8. Munich. Beer-mad, leather-loving, mountain-shrouded Munich is a fast-paced metropolitan area deep in the German south. The local capital of the state of Bavaria, the personality and also individuals below are fiercely independent of the rest of Germany. In these climes, it's all about foamy Weissbier made to ancient Bavarian dishes, smoky bratwurst, and balancing a frequently struggling as well as or else rich background. The town itself is a medley of the Middle Ages, beautiful Baroque as well as eco-friendly parkland, directed by the attractive Englische Garden, sprawling Marienplatz, and the bob-topped domes of the Frauenkirche. Remarkable to state the least. Number 7. Dresden. Taken down to oblivion during World War II, Dresden is the terrific Phoenix City of Germany, however you would not think it. No sir, not with that said resplendent overview of the Frauenkirche, the impeccable neoclassicism of the Zwinger Palace as well as the excellent faces of the Great Semper Oper embellishing the town center right here, all clustering nicely along the twists of the River Elbe as if they had actually been untouched for centuries. Without a doubt, arguably Europe's the majority of elaborate urban post-war reconstruction job has actually been kind to Dresden, assisting to return this as soon as awesome Saxon fortress to the gem of the German Eastern it once was. Number 6. Rhineland. A mythic location that clings to the winding channels of the River Rhine as it sculpts its way via the West German hills northwards from Lake Constance, this wonderful swathe of deep-cut valleys is residence to a few of the country's most spectacular castles as well as cultural landscapes. Along its program, tourists can find out historic towns like Boppard, the fabulous rocks of Lorelei, 2 millennium-old Koblenz as well as the romantic turret tops of Eltz Castle. Nonetheless, there's one thing the Rhineland certainly defeats the rest of Germany in: wine. Yes, sir, the cascading wineries of Riesling and also Spätburgunder that flow from the hilltops to the riverbanks of the Mosel and Rhine below represent a few of the finest pleasant whites and reds in Europe, or so they state. Number 5. Heidelberg. Clustering around the pretty river Neckar Valley as it cuts through the forested hillsides at the heart of Baden-Württemberg, Heidelberg is a delicious chocolate box of a town that rests crowned by the collapsing remnants of one marvelous medieval castle. The castle rises high over the red-tiled roofings and Warren-Hole streets of the city Altstadt, a charming district of humming pupil bars as well as vibrant songs openings, and also is served by the Heidelberger Bergbahn funicular. The occasional honorific sculpture to Goethe and various other German poets pepper the center, while an enchanting church spire as well as arched bridges make this forest-shrouded city one that's just not to be missed out on. Number 4. Cologne. Dominated on all sides by the rising Gothicism of the magnificent Kölner Dom, liberal Cologne is unquestionably among Germany's must-see metropolitan areas. It can be discovered on the northern edges of the German Rhineland, where the post-industrial communities of Aachen and also Bonn satisfy on the Rhine-Ruhr. The city's history copulates back to the Romans, while its heritage-packed center comes peppered with gorgeous Romanesque churches. Yet the touristy patched roads and half-timbered historical buildings of the old town are only half the tale right here. Endeavor throughout the Rhine to areas like Früh am Veedel to discover the citizens sipping their hallmark Kölsch beers, or go to the Agsviertel for the common German hipster bars and also bohemian drinking dives. Number 3. Rothenburg ob der Tauber. Ye old world appeal abounds at Rothenburg ob der Tauber, the gem in the crown of the so-called romantic road that runs down from Würzburg to the midst of Bavaria in an assortment of crumbling castles as well as Middle Ages communities. The magnum opus right here is the Altstadt area, which comes full with a maze of cobbled lanes and also half-timbered Bavarian residences, looming lampposts, flowering pots of bougainvillea by summer, arched gateways and also some of Europe's most awesome 14th-century stronghold wall surfaces. In the midst of everything rests one picture-perfect marketplace square, bounded by the round domes of the town hall and alive with regional cafes and also pubs too. Number 2. Hamburg. Hamburg pulses. Its docks and also harbors, the largest in the country, have imbued it with the honorific epithet of Germany's portal to the globe, as well as one enthralling multicultural ambience and rich backbone. The center glows with masterful developments like the Hamburg Rathaus, while the infamous streets as well as shadowy alleys of Reeperbahn in St. Pauli are well known for their gaudy strip joints and burlesque edginess. At the same time, the area of Skansenviertel defeats with a pupil power, Parisian-style coffee joints, African globe songs, Chicagoan jazz and vegan cooking areas all integrating among its dynamic squares. Yes, sir. Hamburg actually does meet its place as Germany's second city. Number 1. Berchtesgaden. Set down wonderfully on the plateaus of the Bavarian hills, simply a stone's toss from the Austrian boundary, the relaxed alpine territory of Berchtesgaden is a genuine elegance even as the usually alluring hillside towns in these components go. Carved wooden porches flowering with bougainvillea waterfall over half-timbered homes in the community center, frescoed exteriors decorate the central square and also the mirror-like waters of the Königssee glimmer and shine distant. Up above the gingerbread-type town is where travelers can snoop out Berchtesgaden's rather darker past, in between the durable corridors of the so-called Eagle's Nest, Hitler's one-time mountain resort that regulates sweeping sights of the Watzmann and also pine-clad southerly Bavaria alike.